Okay, boys, you know the drill. Intel says that this is the area from which Iraq are launching their scouts at Israel. We will be inserted covertly by helicopter and make our way down the cliffs to this box canyon. We'll start our search there. Okay? Saddle up, let's go! Sir!
Use your law rocket launchers or C4 charges to destroy all SCUD launchers in the area. Ensure that all SCUD missiles are eradicated by destroying any SCUD support vehicles you encounter. Locate and destroy any self-propelled anti-aircraft guns operating in this area to ensure Allied air superiority. Destroy the signal booster system that powers the communication landline that runs parallel to Highway 10. Ensure its complete destruction by destroying the computer systems inside the bunker. When you have successfully completed all your mission objectives, get all surviving team members to the LZ for helicopter extraction.
It's Barnsey here. We're back again with another installment of Conflict Desert Storm, and today we're doing mission 4, Desert Watch. Now, first things first, an enemy coming around this corner. Good night. That concludes our first enemy being killed. Just got to turn up the audio a little bit. Right, so we've had one key equipment change to the team. Now, we don't want him getting away, that's for sure. Don't want him telling his friends. Or him. I believe they were all taken down. So the first guy was taken down, second guy, and we can see right there the third guy was taken down. Now, so let's cover this equipment change while we've got the time. Nothing changed with Bradley, nothing changed with Connors, nothing changed with Jones, except Foley. Foley has changed from his PSG-1 to a 50 cal. He's got a Barrett, he's got an M82. It's fantastic. Now, we've got to do the usual thing, just like what we did last episode, and give Bradley and Foley a couple C4s each. There we are. And now, going over the briefing, there's SCUD missile launchers to destroy their large surface-to-air missile launchers, and you'll see them. We need to destroy the support, that's the tanks. We need to destroy the anti-aircraft guns. They're pretty much built like a BMP, but with a large anti-aircraft 4-barrel turret on the top. We need to destroy that signal booster bunker. We could do that by throwing explosives into it. We could launch a grenade in, and then we need to extract. So, our objectives are quite clear. Now, I know what it tells you, it's a bit strange. It tells you at the start to destroy the SCUDs with explosives, but again, we don't do that. We will destroy them with Foley's 50 cal. Any weapon, any machine gun, any pistol, any assault rifle, any sniper rifle can destroy the SCUD launchers and can destroy these anti-aircraft turrets. It looks like now it looks like it's a tank. It is not. Whoa. What it is though is very accurate and very long ranged. So Foley went down. He's going to get back up. It'll be fine. I'm actually just got to lie Connors down there. And I'm going to get Jones to go alongside him. But yeah, so Foley went down there, that's okay. But as you can see there, easily taking out of range. It took about 4 or 5 shots, so really not difficult at all. And so there's no benefit of wasting your RPGs on vehicles like that if they can be destroyed. But if they can be destroyed by bullet fire, there's no reason to ever use your weapons and equipment that are only able to destroy tanks. There's no point limiting yourself to that degree. And you will see in the foreground as well, you see right there in the distance, that rocket is sticking up, which means it's quite soon to fire. Exactly the same idea. We're going to shoot the tip of that rocket. and it's been blown up. Excellent. Again, exact same idea as that anti-aircraft tank, if you can call it a tank, anti-aircraft battery. It can be destroyed by bullet fire. So any of those SCUD launchers, any of the anti-aircraft launchers, all destroyed by bullet fire, which is great. It means we can save our RPGs and grenades for other things, like taking out infantry positions and actual tanks for rocket launchers. Speaking of which, a BMP is about to come over this hill right here. So, might as well wait here. There we are. Easy days. That BMP had a long barrel on it for all of you eagle-eyed viewers, so that meant it was a turreted one. It had a machine gun turret and not a rocket launcher turret. Now, these enemies are all over the place. There's a lot of enemies, a lot more than I've usually seen in this mission. But so far we've already taken out 3 vehicles and a lot of infantry. And I said I was going to play as Jones a lot more during this level because we only had him in the last mission. That was his first mission. So I want to get a little bit more exposure for Jones. But as you can see here, the team's looking really well formed. We've taken a fair bit of damage. Obviously Foley he got hit literally once. If it was Connors that got hit, he probably would have lived a hit. But obviously since Foley's our weakest member of the team, he got one-shotted. So I generally don't like to lead off with Foley like that. I did get distracted since I was commenting there, that's why I got shot. Right here, found a little enemy camp, AK-47 with a few spare mags, and that's Jones went down because I wasn't paying any attention. That is my bad. That's okay though. Found more medkits, and there's no detriment really to your soldiers going down. Plays Jones, and we'll rush up here. So there are quite a lot of tanks in this mission, a lot of armoured vehicles to destroy. But we're going to get up to this fork in this road, and we are going to do a bit of work here. Now there is an armoured convoy, as we can see here, that getting to this distance triggers that cutscene. And that this armoured convoy is just on our right hand side. We're not going to let that get any further. There's no benefit. If it gets to a certain distance, it will fail the mission for you. So we don't want that to happen. But the easiest thing you can do is really just take Connors, whip out your Law 66, and then we're going to rush around this corner here and say goodnight. That tank, by the way, that BMP, does have a missile turret. So Jones is going crazy with his MP5. But we're going to take Connors and Foley around here because they're the heaviest hitters, really. A 50 cal sniper and a light machine gun. There's this BMP and there's 2 SCUD missile launchers here. What we're going to do is we're going to get Connors just to stand here. Connors isn't really going to be used for much, but it's more so just to protect Foley. Now, if we look over here, use our little tactic. There is another anti-aircraft gun. Now, taking our learnings from dying earlier. Shoot that several times. There we go, 5 shots and it is gone. We're going to do the exact same thing here, but we're just going to lob grenades at these SCUD launchers. And again, we're going to use our grenades before we use our rocket launchers because grenades cannot take out the BMPs or the T-62s. There we go. Oofed. I got a little bit too close. The explosions can sometimes last a while. Excellent. So that grenade destroyed that one. And now just along here, if we look down to the right, there's another one. Right there. Now during the opening cutscene, during the little sort of night vision goggle intelligence section, all these vehicles were highlighted in black because it was just their silhouette. That must just be another graphical error. And right here there's another SCUD launcher. It's the exact same thing, just shoot them with Foley's sniper rifle. He's got a lot of ammunition. There's no need to go down there and waste any of your time planting C4 next to them. Down there though, there are some RPGs down there if you're running low, because there is one more tank that we do need to take out. And we're just going to take Connors and we're going to go up this hill here. We will circle back and we'll meet up with Foley. So we will meet up with Bradley and Jones. but Bradley and Jones have a minefield opposite them, so we're going to sit up here and wait till they take that out. So I'm just going to park Foley and Connors here, and they have literally used all their ammunition. My goodness. Yeah, they've used all their bullets. And is Jones the same? Oh my god, yes. Jones actually has an AK, and there's still a mine there, so you got to be careful, because if you get reasonably close to mines, they will just blow you up. So it's always better just to frag them, which I didn't do. Oh goodness. I'll keep my distance away, because they will explode the hell out of you. Thankfully Bradley didn't get caught in that. Now there is an actual main battle tank to the left hand side right now. You just saw its barrel turn right there. So we're going to be very careful with that. Nice. So we're taking them out quite easily. Unfortunately, Bradley's down to his pistol, which is just not an effective combat weapon. So we're going to get Foley to run round here, cover this side, and we're going to get Connors to destroy this little bunker. Now there are quite a few enemies inside there, so what I'm going to do is just go around very slowly. Nice. So cleared that out nice and effectively. And down there, into that canyon, just down to the right, is the end of the mission. So we only have one objective left to do. Oh sorry, two. Still need to destroy this place. So I'm actually going to take Foley and do it, because I'm going to save the rockets. Ideally, I always try and kill the tanks with rockets if I know I have plenty spare. There's no point wasting time and potentially risking the life of the team. Oh, and Connors had terrible accuracy there. Usually the AI is actually a lot better at aiming, but they have been not ideal. I'm actually going to give Bradley the shotgun, because Bradley's running horribly low on ammunition, which is very rare. Thinking back, probably should have got Connors to sit where Bradley was and just get him to use the machine gun, because he's got so much more ammunition. So get him to plant that, and I'll get Connors just to run down this hill to avoid any covering fire. Now, I've never tried this before, but you can't go around that corner now. There we are. No wonder Jones and Bradley were running out so much ammunition during that little skirmish. They were guarding pretty much an infinite enemy spawn post. So we're going to get Foley to go down here as well. That little jump's fine. You do take a lot of fall damage in this game. A small jump like that, up to about 6 or 7 feet, you won't take any though. Excellent. So that's that part done, and we're going to run along here. Hopefully the tank doesn't turn around and see us. It did not. Hunky dory. But we're going to try and rock it. It's literally, it's the last tank. It's the last enemy. There we go. We killed the gunner as well. Now we're just going to use the law and the RPG. We've got plenty. We're just going to shoot the front of the tank and sort of the side. So it took plenty of damage. You can see the tank sort of start smoking, and it's going to turn around and face us. That smoke indicates it's heavily damaged. So we actually done a lot with that first one. Go for a second one, and there we go. Taken down in 2. There are no more tanks. The only thing we need to do left is to extract. Now we do face a little bit of enemy fire during the extraction, so we are going to get Bradley another weapon, because there are quite a few enemies still left to kill. I'm actually going to park Connors here just to deal with any enemies that come this way, and exact same with Foley. And well, I was going to use Bradley to kill him, but it's okay. There we go. So this is a little ammo area. As you can see here, it's our first instance of a PKM. So a PKM is literally the heavy machine gun or light machine gun version of an AK. That's just it's sort of more so than the RPK is. The RPK is more like a light support weapon or a squad automatic weapon. This is a full auto. This is what Connors would use. It is a machine gun, and it sounds fantastic to shoot. It also looks great. It's got that large 100-round drum magazine. It's all sort of oranged out, and then there's also the AKS-74U. Now you really don't see these too often. They're very, very rare in the game. So this weapon's very rare. It says it's a submachine gun. It's not. It is a rifle, essentially. So Bradley has experience using it. Jones is the same. Riflemen and submachine guns are classed as the exact same thing in this game. This thing's a lot of fun though. It sounds great to use. It's got really high rate of fire. It's pretty much just a really fast firing AK. But it just sounds great. Again, just a fantastic looking weapon. And there's not many in the game, so it's sort of a fun little weapon to get. Some enemies will drop down from this little area here. Okay, looks like we've covered that. And our last objective is just to extract, so it's time to make our way along here. We've cleared out all the enemies. There was a little bit of trouble early on. Foley went down a couple of times, but you'll notice that during this playthrough that Foley is the character that goes down the most, just because he's got so much less health than the other guys, and he generally can't deal with close quarter situations that well because he's got a sniper rifle and his backup's a pistol, and pistols just generally aren't very good. But this is going to be interesting. Look at all the weapons Bradley has. He has a pistol, 2 RPGs, a shotgun, a light machine gun, 2 assault rifles, and so little ammunition for a lot of the weapons. He managed to burn his way through 2 full mags of Jones's 870, all his pistol ammunition, a mag and a half of that AKS, and all of his M16 ammo. So it'll be interesting to see his shots fired. It's going to be in the hundreds. There we go. Bradley did not get a promotion. Finally, Foley got a promotion and an experience increase. Well deserved. You'll find Foley gets quite a lot because he destroys so many vehicles. Same with Connors, because Foley destroys so many of the non-tanks. And you'll find that Jones doesn't as much. But we'll just go in here. Yeah, look at that, 545 shots fired. Compared to, well, Jones are the same. Jones and Bradley up front, they fired 1,100 rounds between them. And then Connors, who's the heavy weapon specialist with a light machine gun, fired half of what they shot each. So it just shows you what infinite enemy spawns are like in this game. And then, of course, Foley's accuracy went down a fair bit there. Mostly because he was, well, controlled by me and I wasn't the most accurate. But Foley's got a military medal, Connors has his 2nd medal, and Jones, Connors and Foley were all promoted to veteran now, so they're all catching up with Bradley. But I really appreciate you guys all watching. I've been Barnsey, and we'll see you next time.